Guys, I've got a confession to make here. It's a devastating confession, honestly. I don't know if you're gonna believe me. I don't know if what you're gonna do when you find out this information, but I love Christopher Nolan. I know it's hard to believe, being that I'm a white man with a YouTube channel where I talk about movies, but it's true. I love him. Hey everybody, I'm Cameron. This is I Love This Movie, and this week we're talking Interstellar.
Your waistline. Oh, what, 32? I'm about 33 inseam.
I'm not sure I see what you're getting at.
Are you telling me it takes two numbers to measure your own ass, but only one to measure my son's future?
Come on.
Directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Michael Caine, Timothy Chalamet. I grew up watching movies like Apollo 13, Armageddon, Contact, and movies about like space exploration, astronauts, humans going to the stars, and so I've always loved movies about space. I wouldn't say that Apollo 13 is science fiction, probably.
Acres of corn, but mostly we had dust. I guess I can't describe it. It was just constant, just that steady blow of dirt.
I love that the sort of like weird structure of this film with like the weird PBS documentary. I think that's so. You know what? I bet Christopher Nolan just watched Ken Burns' Jazz and was like, you know what? That's what we're going for.
Was your ghost?
I knocked it off my shelf. Keeps on knocking books off.
No such thing as a ghost, dumbass.
Hey.
I looked it up. It's called a poltergeist.
Dad, tell her.
Ah, it's not very scientific, Murph.
You said science is about admitting what we don't know.
She's got you there.
First and foremost, Timothy Chalamet, please don't turn into. Please do not. I love this movie because it's about smart people doing smart things, banding together, trying to save humanity, scientists doing science. I love movies like that. I love movies about like people doing their jobs well. That is something that I'm really into.
Cooper, I can't tell you any more unless you agree to pilot this craft. You're the best pilot we ever had.
I barely left the stratosphere.
This team never left the simulator. We need a pilot, and this is the mission that you were trained for.
Oh, without even knowing it? An hour ago, you didn't even know I was alive. I mean, you were going anyway.
We had no choice.
I definitely dreamed about being an astronaut when I was a kid, but I'm just so bad at math. And it turns out you need math to be an astronaut. I know, it was hard, so I like movies like this where I can live vicariously through other astronauts as they do this. I love the father-daughter relationship. I love in movies whenever like the daughter is smarter than the dad. So I love Murph.
One for you, one for me. When I'm up there in hypersleep, or traveling near the speed of light, or near a black hole, time's gonna change for me. And it's gonna run more slowly. Now, when we get back,
Time will run differently for us?
yeah. I mean, by the time I get back, we might even be the same age. You and me. What? Imagine that. Ah, Murph.
I love the way it sets up this world. I like this baseball game with these like I guess they wouldn't even be minor leagues, these like amateur baseball players. I think that a lot of people look over an Interstellar and they don't realize how well written the first like 30 to 40 minutes of this film is, because it sets up everything so well. And if I could also say, the first act of this film is so different from the third act of this film. Like, how many other movies start off with this fucking farm in Kansas and end in a Tesseract wormhole? I don't think that many, probably. I don't know.
Get the patch kit.
How much was the patch out here?
I love that Cooper just decided to go through this cornfield. Just go over that. The first time I saw this, it stressed me out because he goes over the fence and I'm like, hey, what about the animals? And then I was like, oh yeah, there's probably not animals anymore. They seem to be eating a lot of corn. I can't imagine that's good for your dietary system.
Now there's just corn.
And we're growing more than we ever have.
Well, with likely potatoes in Ireland and the wheat in the Dust Bowl, the corn will die.
These guys are really malnourished. Matthew McConaughey looks really malnourished from last year's Dallas Buyers Club. Where, I mean, it worked out for him because he won an Oscar, but man, he still looks skinny. I love the space shuttle, all this space stuff, then getting into space, going through the wormhole. And I like that it does a good job of sort of like the distance between the two parties on Earth and on the ship. It just feels so different.
Though wise men at their end, no dark is right. Because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
I've never seen anything like this where they go to a planet and there's a huge, they're near a wormhole and time is going slowly, and it got me so interested in like space stuff because I was like, I just want to understand how a wormhole or a black hole, two different things, work, because this movie was done so well. So I really hope it inspired people who are actually good at math to do science stuff. That would be awesome.
TARS talks plenty for both of us.
Detach.
Romley, are you reading these forces?
Unbelievable. The literal heart of darkness.
We could just see the collapsed star inside. The singularity. Yeah, we'd solve gravity.
We can't get anything from it.
Nothing escapes that horizon. Not even light. Oh, the answer's there. Just no way to see it.
There's Miller's planet.
Goodbye, Ranger.
And I love, so first of all, if you ever find yourself on a trip, never trust Matt Damon. I don't think I need to tell you guys this, but never ever trust Matt Damon in anything that you do.
Listen to me.
This is not about my life or Cooper's life. This is about all mankind. There is a moment.
And I love that the core message of this movie is sort of like the future of humanity is the blend between humans and machines. And I love that at first Matthew McConaughey is very afraid, or not, he's very apprehensive of Tarzan Case, and then their relationship grows throughout the film. And then I mean, this is one of the greatest scenes of all time. I watch this scene all the time. I listen to this. Hans Zimmer is so good. I listen to this all the time. But I love that this scene is the culmination of Matthew McConaughey and Tars working together, humans and machines working together. And
Cooper, what are you doing?
Docking.
Endurance rotation is 67, 68 RPM.
Okay, get ready to match our spin with the retro thrusters.
It's not possible.
No. It's necessary.
I love that this scene is the culmination of Matthew McConaughey and Tars working together, humans and machines working together. And the first scene is Matthew McConaughey sort of being let down by machines.
Shutting it down, Cooper. Shutting it all down.
I need power up!
And in this one, it's the full like Matthew McConaughey cowboy mixed with the logistics of robots that saves Earth. So I love all this stuff.
Come on, Tars. Come on, Tars. Easing up.
Just the ending of this film, the Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway's last moment here is so precious, and I love the idea that, you know, we can never get anywhere without leaving something behind.
Prepare to detach.
What? No! No! Cooper!
3.
Cooper, what are you doing?
Newton's third law. You gotta leave something behind.
You told me we had enough resources for both of us.
We agreed, Amelia. 90%. Detach.
And then this whole sequence through the Tesseract is so awesome. I've never seen a movie do this where it was like, I've never seen anyone go through a wormhole and like a Tesseract on the other side.
They're doing it for me. For all of us.
Cooper, people couldn't build this.
No, not yet. But one day. Not you and me, but a people. A civilization that's evolved past the 4 dimensions we know. What happens now?
So cool, and I love the ending of this movie. I like that she gets to have her eureka moment. And just like, you know, the guy that's like based on like a science thing. And so yeah, I just love movies like this that reach for the stars, both like literally and figuratively. I think that Interstellar is not only Christopher Nolan's best film, but one of the best films ever made. I love this movie, Interstellar. If you guys love it too, tell me what you love about it down below. I'm Cameron. This is I Love This Movie. We're going to be talking about another movie next week. Let me know what you want to hear. Alright guys, make sure to leave a like.